Hi everyone, and welcome to today's video. Today we are going to be testing out and reviewing the Milani Under Eye Brighteners. Now these retail for $10.99 and you can find them in 4 different shades. There's a rose, which is very light pink shade. You have melon, pumpkin, and nectar, which is the deepest shade of the 4. These are not just going to help brighten the under eye area, but they're also meant to color correct. Now, as far as the details for these brighteners slash color correctors, you don't only get makeup, but you also get skincare. So the formula is infused with hyaluronic acid as well as caffeine to help just keep the under eye area nice and hydrated. It's supposed to be very, very lightweight, not heavy whatsoever. I hate the applicators. But you know, let's test out the formula. Now this is my second time reviewing these under eye brighteners. The first time I did not make it through the entire day because I sprained my ankle pretty bad. You may have seen it on my community page here on YouTube, or if you follow me over on Instagram, you may have seen it in my stories. So that is why these have already been swatched, have already been, saturated. But today is another day, and we're going to review them for an entire day. Let me show you guys the swatches on these. My biggest complaint so far, the applicators. You guys know I hate these sponge applicators. So much of the product just gets wasted because it all just sits in the applicator, and I just don't think that they're very clean, like not very hygienic. So these are the 2 shades that I have. This one is melon, and this one is pumpkin. And here's a closer look at the 2. Personally, I think melon is a little bit too light and pumpkin is just a tad bit too deep. So what I ended up doing during my first review was mixing them. That's the shade that I got after mixing them. Since I have both shades, I will mix them today, just like I did on Tuesday. But if you were to ask me, okay, like I don't want to buy 2 in order to mix them, I just want 1, and you and I share similar complexion, I would say pumpkin. I would go with pumpkin rather than melon because pumpkin is a little bit deeper, so it's going to help to color correct a bit better, and you're not going to use as much. Also, if you choose to use a full coverage concealer over top, then if you use a small amount of this, it's not going to bleed through. So now, as far as how to use it, these can be used on their own with the skincare benefits, of course, or you can use them underneath a concealer as a color corrector like I would do. However, for the purpose of this review, I am going to skip out on the concealer over here on the left side, and I am going to be wearing this underneath a concealer on the right. So let's just get into it. Like I said, I'm going to be mixing the 2 and I'm going to be blending it out using my finger. The way that you are supposed to use these is by dotting them underneath the eye, and then you either use your finger or a makeup sponge to blend it out. So this is melon, and you see that's what I'm talking about. It's very, with these sponge applicators, it's very hard to even see how much of the product you're squeezing out. So you can overdo it very easily. And then there's just so much left on the sponge. I hate it. And now we're going in with pumpkin. Oh, yep. Just doing half and half of both. So now we're just going to be blending it out with my finger. I don't have anything under the eye other than my morning skincare. So my eye cream, my eye serum, and my eye cream. That's all that I have. All right, so there it is by itself. Not bad. It did instantly brighten and it color corrected really well. Now let's go over to the left side. All right, there it is. Not too bad. Looks nice and hydrated, and it looks very, very lightweight. It almost looks like I just applied eye cream. So before I move on, let me zoom you guys in so that you can get a good look underneath the eyes. All right, so here it is. It looks nice and hydrated, pretty natural, and I think it did a really good job of color correcting. All right, so now before I move on with concealer, let me apply a little bit of foundation and I will be right back. All right, foundation is on. Let's move on to concealing the right side. I'm going to be using the CoverGirl Outlast Extreme Wear Concealer. This is a full coverage concealer, and this one is in the shade Golden Natural. So in order to not, disturb what's already underneath the eyes, I'm going to be using a little blending brush to apply it. This is from Real Techniques. It is their base shadow brush. Now, of course, with a corrector, this right side is going to look great. It's going to look very, very concealed, but I want to see how it wears underneath a concealer. And although this left side is not full coverage, it still looks really nice. Like, this would be really good for an everyday wear, or if you're not looking to wear like a full face of makeup or much makeup, but you still want to brighten the under eye area or conceal it a little bit without having it look extremely orange or just extremely color corrected. I think this might be a good option. We'll see though, we will see. This looks pretty darn good on top of this corrector. All right, so there it is. One side completely concealed. The other side, not as concealed, but color corrected. It looks nice and hydrated, and it looks nice. It looks good. Let me zoom you guys in so that you can see the difference with the concealer on top versus just the product by itself. All right, the difference is clear. More coverage with concealer over top, of course, but look at this side. It looks good, right? It still looks nice and hydrated. It doesn't look as deep. It looks pretty natural. So it's a good thing I'm not going anywhere today. I don't have any plans other than to stay home and elevate my foot. So it's a good time to test these out, or to test it out like this. Now let me jump off camera one last time, finish the rest of my makeup, and I'll be right back. All right, I am back. Makeup is done. Very clear difference, right? Fully concealed and brightened, not fully concealed, but it is brighter and it is color corrected. Like, if I do this, it doesn't look half bad. This would be perfect for like everyday, like an everyday look, especially if you're just like on the go and you just want to brighten up the under eye area a little bit. This may not be so bad, but we'll see how it wears. It is currently 11:15. It was 14 when I looked at it. 15 now. I plan on wearing this all day per usual. And of course, I'm going to be coming back halfway through the day to show you guys some close-ups, see what it's doing underneath the eye area. And yeah, all that good stuff. So I'll see you back here in a few hours for my midday. That was Luna. For my midday check-in. All right, I'm back for a quick midday check-in. It is 3:25, so I think it's been about 4 hours. This is the under eye area. It's looking a little rough. It did end up settling into some of my fine lines, as you can clearly see, over on the side that I didn't use any concealer on. And over on this side, yeah, it's not looking too smooth either. Luna agrees. She doesn't like it. So you guys know my trick by now. I'm using the same fluffy brush that I used this morning, only I'm not adding any additional product. I'm just trying to blend this out so it looks a little bit smoother. It seems like my concealer did separate a little bit. So we're gonna try to make this look a bit more wearable. I think that helped a little bit. And I'm gonna do the same thing over here. Just blending out the product that has settled into fine lines. She's upset because she's not up here with me, so I gotta go back downstairs. This is what it looks like. Don't think it's really worn off, or maybe it has. Maybe just a little bit. I don't know. We'll see. Let's continue to wear it. I don't want to say too much now because it's not the end of the day. And also because I'm still trying to give it a chance. So let's continue to wear it for another 4 hours or so. I'll see you back here at the end of the night for my final check-in. All right, I am back for my end of day check-in. It is currently, what time is it? It is 8:08. So I've had this on all day long. Now, before I get into what I think about the product after wearing it for an entire day, you guys know the drill. You're coming in close so that you can get a good look underneath the eye area after a full day of wear. All right, so remember, this is the side with the concealer over top, and this is the side without. So now that you've gotten a closer look, let's go over what I think about this product. Does it brighten? Absolutely, yes. It definitely helps to brighten up the under eye area, and it color corrects pretty well. However, it doesn't stay put. It doesn't stay put, and it doesn't stay on your face. It wore off. I mean, like, I know I blended the under eye area, especially over here underneath the side that I just wore this by itself. I had to blend it out because it had settled into my fine lines quite a bit. I don't want to say heavily because it didn't really look like it was heavily settling, but it definitely did settle into my fine lines, and it moved around a little bit. Now that it's, 8 hours later, there's not much left. Now, underneath the side where I wore a concealer, it was very, very similar. It made the concealer kind of break up, and it looks pretty dry, even though I didn't really set it. Both under eye areas look a bit dry, and I did not set them today, just because I wanted to keep the under eye area looking a little bit more hydrated. This CoverGirl concealer, I believe, is more of a matte formula, which is why I also didn't set it. I didn't want to make it look dry. But even if I had set it, this is supposed to be a very hydrating, like, under eye product, which I don't, at least it didn't wear that way on me. So is it worth the $11? That I'll leave up to you. But personally, a good corrector that you can get at the drugstore for $4, that's the one I just reviewed. The e.l.f. one. If you can get your hands on the e.l.f. one, I would recommend that one over this one. Now, this one I think would be great for anybody who doesn't necessarily need to color correct as much, but they do want to brighten. This would work great. But if you're someone like me who's not just looking to brighten, but you're also looking to color correct, this may not be your most favorite product for the under eye area. So that completes today's video. Thank you all so much for watching. I truly hope that you enjoyed today's product review and that you found it helpful. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel so that you don't miss out on future videos. And also don't forget to follow me over on Instagram, where I absolutely love to hang out with you guys. As always, take care, and I will see you all in my next video. Mwah. Bye.